Hello everyone, welcome back to the Skibidi Multiverse where I think I might not want to continue this anymore. I'm having second thoughts about my life. And anyways, this is Elite Cameraman, episode 34, Analysis.
Welcome ladies and gentlemen, Elite Clockman here. Episode 34 part 1 of Skibidi Multiverse just dropped, and it looks like the upcoming fight will be harder than expected. It seems like the toilets still have some capable elements on their side, and with the toilet squad awakened, and the G-Man apocalypse coming up, the war won't be won that simply. The Ghostface toilet is a real menace. It looks like he is on a Titan level. Titan Clockman is still stuck, while a new swarm of toilet monsters are ready to take on Titan Cameraman. But before we get to all that, make sure to like and subscribe for your mom to have good luck next week.
Okay,
Anyways, here we go.
I'll do that.
The episode starts off with a fight between the top fighters of the two sides. Titan Cameraman, Titan TV Man, the Toilet Scientist, and the Ghostface Toilet as they are about to get it on. The fights start with Titan Cameraman and the Toilet Scientist exchanging the first blows. The old man launched his laser beams at Titan Cameraman.
Bro got railed from
He uses
behind.
his gravity gun to create a shield of rubble, but the lasers were way too advanced and powerful to be blocked by some rocks and stones. The Titan was now laying on the ground, getting it from the back. You can see from his face that he didn't enjoy the experience. But just when things were getting interesting, Titan TV Man pulled out his sword and assaulted.
Wait, he has our shield.
But luckily for him, the old fart used his shield to block the attack. Right after that,
I
the
forgot
Toilet
this was
Scientist
here.
used his laser tail to take the purple Titan by surprise. Needless to say, the attack was just like his hair transplant last week. Baldy missed. Right after that, Titan TV Man used his TV shoulders to counterattack. At first, these were effective, and were doing some damage until the scientist pulls out his magnets and neutralizes them. You can see the
Bro.
weird, stupid smile on his face, but his joy was cut short by the head of Titan TV Man taking him from behind. Trust me, this head of Titan does some damage. Right after that, we shift to the other fight between the Blue Titan and the Ghostface Toilet, as the new red guy starts assaulting the OG Titan at the speed of light. After noticing that he can't win by speed, Titan Cameraman used his jetpack to
Go
get
up
high
and
in the
use
air,
gravity.
used his gravity gun to
WE,
full power.
WWE.
Even light can't escape a black hole. And just like that, the Ghostface Toilet was now immobilized by the gravity gun. Right after that, Titan Cameraman reversed the gravity on his gun and threw the other guy to the ground. Shortly after, Titan Cameraman tried to finish him off with his left-hand ray gun. It was just the opening Ghostface was waiting for. He quickly got back on his feet and used his weapon to absorb the ray gun and resend it to the Blue Titan. We can clearly see that it
Okay.
hurts. The blow was so hard that the hammer came off his hand. Meanwhile, Titan TV Man and the scientist were going blow for blow. Until
Oof,
Titan TV
bro
Man
got bonked.
gently grabbed the scientist's face, pulls him closer, and looked him right in the eye as he used his TV power on him. The moment was so intense and pure that the scientist began to lose consciousness as his soul was getting lost in that passionate stare of his.
Yo,
He
what?
began to let go of the man's shoulders. But
Hey,
at the last
yo.
moment, the scientist used his laser tail to gain some distance and keep his mind awake. After that, we go back to Titan Cameraman as he tries to get a clean shot at the Ghostface. You can clearly see the Titan spinning like a Beyblade with the red toilet going in circles around him until he caught it with his gravity gun.
do?
The only difference this time is that Ghostface
Oh.
was grabbing the Titan by the neck.
They're both grabbing each other.
Was about to get the advantage, but Titan Cameraman reacted quickly and slammed Ghostface into a mountain. The toilet was now pinned on the ground as the Titan Cameraman tried to punch him in the mask. But it wasn't over for Ghostface, not yet. At the last moment, he pulled
Shut
a knife
up.
and stabbed the big blue guy in the fist. Yet again, it was no big deal
Yes.
for a Titan.
Stab it
Bro
in.
flipped the knife and pointed to the toilet's eyes.
Kill him.
And after some struggle, Titan Cameraman
Oh, wait, he
managed
didn't
to
kill him, I
stab the
forgot.
Ghostface right in the left eye. You can see him suffering on the ground. Right after that, he got up and rejoined with the toilet scientist. Both were extremely strong, but they were no match for Titans. After seeing that they stand no chance,
Get
the
lost.
scientist fled by teleporting away. Titan TV Man tried to cancel the teleportation, but it was no use as he got slammed in the TV by Ghostface. After that, he gently said goodbye and left. In other words, Bro flipped them off and
Yo.
disappeared. Titan Clockman was
The
really pissed
disrespect.
off now. He left the scene as he said that they will not escape him anymore. Titan Cameraman could finally catch his breath. He looked at Titan Clockman with concern
You okay, bro?
and asked him if he will be alright. Let's not forget that Titan Clockman is currently holding nuclear missiles off by creating his own time bubble, which I can affirm as a Clockman myself isn't as easy as it seems.
Really?
Titan Clockman assured him that he was okay and that he should
Uh-oh.
go. But just as he was about to fly away,
Nah.
new enemies showed up. They looked like cyber zombies. There were 6 of them in total,
What
but none of
the
them
heck?
processed a proper mind. None of them looked like they fear death.
Not gonna lie, they look
All
like
of them were
gorillas.
dying to shred Titan Cameraman and Titan Clockman up. These invincible soldiers-like things were ready to die fighting.
Bro, they
Having
look
no
so
other
weird.
choice, Titan Cameraman squared up. And that's the end of this episode. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Elite Clockman here.
Yeah!
Episode 34
Let's
of
go.
Skibidi Multiverse just dropped, and we have a lot to talk about. First of all, let me tell
Yeah,
you
and
that
I
Giant
regret,
Pencilman is not as nice
you know,
as we thought.
the
This
situation.
episode is very special because for the first time we see actual humans
Like
in
a
the
bunch.
show. And for the first time, and to my surprise, we see a war crime committed by the Alliance. We finally understand
The Geneva
why the
Convention
Skibidi
does not
Squad hates the
include
pencils
robots.
so much. A new powerful character is introduced with the most overpowered ability yet. We also saw
Bro. I'm sorry to tell you, but the Geneva Convention does not include hardware heads.
how pencilmen are created.
Or
But before we get to all
object
that, make
heads.
sure to
I
like
don't know.
and subscribe if you think the giant pencil man should pay for his war crime. Anyways, here we go.
yeah, he
The
should,
episode
bro.
starts unlike
The
many.
murders.
This time, the second part is a flashback to episode 6, with the defeat of Titan Clockman. In the next frame, we see the POV cameraman getting smashed into pieces by the magnet toilet. Or so did we thought. Turns out he was teleported at the last minute into a new location. The pencil
Dang,
base
we
by
got
some kind
saved?
of pencil that opens up portals by spinning. After that, we see our boy,
Huh.
the blue cameraman, helping the POV cameraman getting on his feet. After taking a quick look at the surroundings, you can clearly see the douchebag of the weak giant pencilman, some of his brothers.
First of all, that's not the Pencilman's Titans. It was clearly stated, but I guess Elite Clockman still haven't figured it out.
And one covering his crayon that seems to be in deep thoughts. But why does he covers his most
What do you mean crayon? Dude, that's a pen.
powerful weapon? Is it to hide something or just to limit his power? Anyways,
It's a
Blue
pen.
Cameraman asked us what happened back there. The POV cameraman then proceeded to give him a tablet in order to show him what happened back there. And to let them know that they lost Titan Clockman. The giant pencilman said that he couldn't help them, telling these cameramen that they couldn't help because their numbers are still too small. And in order to win the bloody war,
They
they will
need
need
more.
to wait and make more clones.
Yeah.
But what happens next is absolutely astonishing. Because for the first time, we actually saw the birth of someone from the Alliance. The masked pencilman headed to the other room. There we see a giant blank paper on the floor with 2 crayons floating in the air. The pencilman did the
Hammer
unthinkable. Used
Pencilman?
his powers to draw on the
I
blank
knew,
paper.
yeah.
Something
Come on.
begun to come out of the
Wake
paper.
up.
We can see it starting to take shape and color as the pencilman goes on and on. He drew a new muscular body, a familiar one if you ask me. Finally, the great on
Hammer pencil body.
pencil, ladies and gentlemen, there before your eyes. We saw the birth of the Hammer Pencilman. But something was clearly missing. The body was standing still, unable to move. It needed a soul. When the mysterious new pencilman approached his drawing and used his green index to draw a straight line on his head. Until now, I didn't notice that the guy's finger were colored crayons.
Huh.
And just like that, our buffed bro came to life. We can see him getting awakened and confused.
Those
Which
ones,
is natural.
yo, those are not colored pencils. Those are crayon. No, those are not colored crayons. They are colored pencils.
For a newborn. Finally, the 2 crayons drew his iconic hammer, and just like that, one of the pencil's top dogs came to life.
Look, those are not crayons. Those are colored pencils. There's a difference.
Turns out the masked pencilman is the pencil chief, founding father of all pencilmen, the strongest of his kind. No wonder that guy looks weird, he's just built different. The power to create an army just like that, and even giving them a will of their own. So many questions must be asked. How strong is he? Is he really the first one? Is he really the only original one?
There are so
Is he
many
on the
things.
level of the late clock chief? Can he create as much as he wants? Can he create just pencilmen, or others as well? So many questions to be asked, yet so little time to spare. But don't worry, my friends, only time will reveal. Only time will tell.
Bro
In the
keeps
next scene, we
quoting
see a
that.
rather complex look on the giant pencilman face. He then calls out his father and tells him that he found their shelter. He said that he doesn't know. How does he know? He just do. But that raises the question, who are they? After that, we see the giant robot opening up a portal using the pencil portal. The pencil chief
no.
looked at some of his children, and the blue cameraman
Yo, they all
telling
look
them to
different.
go and take care of it. And with that, they all entered the portal. At that moment, I thought that they found some kind of secret Skibidi base, and that they were going to destroy it.
And
with
it
some heroic
was,
things.
kind of.
But what I saw after that left me speechless. In the next scene, we see a village in a distant, peaceful forest. Lights were coming out of the houses, so someone was here. After that, we see a TV on
Those that have the faint of heart, look away.
the screen. I naturally assumed that it was a TV man, but no, it wasn't. It was an old human male, with a few children playing outside. The
It's a whole
is filled
village
with
of
normal
people.
human life. Not like Alpha, but actual normal humans. We also see some toilet guards on the village entrance. They seemed harmless, and the villagers were not annoyed by them. It was like these toilets weren't some kind of monsters, they looked like normal guards. All seemed so controversial. For once, the Skibidi toilets looked like normal. I was so confused. In the next scene, we see a cute little girl staring at a photo. It seems like she was with a man in this picture. From the looks of it, seems like she misses him. When a door opened behind her, the young woman that opened the door called her Bethany. So that's the kid's name. Suits her, if you ask me.
She is probably the one that was hiding under the blankets that the blue cameraman saved.
Then the woman asked little Bethany what she was doing, to which the little one responded that she misses her dad. The man said that he will be back for her birthday. A sweet smile formed on the woman's face. She got closer to the child and tried to comfort her. She told her that today isn't her birthday, but tomorrow. She then took the picture from her small hands
I don't want
and
to see
told
her
the birthday
again.
girl to go and
Please.
play with the others. What a nice person. And with that, Bethany went to play with the others.
Yeah, she's so
saying that She
nice.
can't wait to see her dad again. What a sweet little child. She reminds me of her. In the next scene, we shift to the toilet guards, and to our surprise, we can actually understand what they are saying. They were talking English, not the normal Skibidi language. We then hear them say that they need more guard and that they're not enough. The other one replied by saying
really
that they
aren't.
are the only ones that can speak for now, as the others are still unstable. And according to what I heard from these toilets, it seems that the humans have no idea about the ongoing war. And also that this village is the last shelter for human race. These villagers are the last of their kind. When suddenly the roles got completely reversed, the team sent by the pencil chief
No.
arrived at the scene. But something felt
No.
off. They didn't look heroic like always, and ominous music was in the background. For the first time, we looked like villains. As soon as they arrived, both sided opened fire. The toilets were massacred. They couldn't
And turns
put
out we can
damage
kill
to
the pencilman.
pencils as they heal by redrawing their wounds. Also, a new detail popped up. When a toilet dies, it starts to bleed. Were those the only toilets race that could bleed? Or did we never see them do because we always saw things from a cameraman's perspective?
They just
The
disappear
toilets
like
also
that.
said that no one could locate them unless someone from the inside betrayed them. So it wasn't an accident. This is all part of someone's plan, but who? And most importantly, why? Right after the toilets were down, we see the man that appeared first trying to shoot down the giant pencilman. Even if a bunch of armed guards couldn't defeat those monsters, he was the last line of defense of the village.
Look, you can kill them. And they just disintegrate and disappear afterwards.
But then the unthinkable happened. The giant pencilman shot the poor man in cold blood. He was now covered in red, dead on the ground. You can clearly see
No.
Blue Cameraman in shock from this horror. Funny thing is that this guy, though, that little homeboy, was some kind of self-destructing toilet. He then
No.
orders the other pencils to gather the rest of the villagers. It was like seeing my brother naked in the shower, a true horror movie. We saw the whole thing from the POV of the humans. The pencil men looked like some kind of monsters.
No.
We see the scene at first from the eyes of a man running for his life. It all looks like a nightmare. The man trips and fall. Then we see pencil men coming towards him. From the looks of it, looks like he was trying to turn his inside out. But in fact, he was just trying to get him up. The men then proceeded to run a little more before
No.
getting caught. We then see the world from the POV of a little boy. It looked like the pencilman was assaulting the woman, but in fact, he was just trying to immobilize her in the most harmless way possible. Now we see a little girl holding a Reddy bear in the middle of the road.
A Reddy bear?
Everyone was trying to run for his
What?
life, but it was no use. From the kid's eyes, the giant pencilman looked like the upgraded version of the Terminator. In the next scene,
Bro,
we
that's
see how the
horrifying.
pencils were able to round the village people up. You can see the fear in everyone's eyes. Men, women, and even children. Some of them are even injured. They were terrified as they all kneeled to the ground as a sign of cooperation with their invaders. Tension seemed high. Bethany's mom seems more worried than the rest.
No, I don't want to see
She
this
then
again.
turns around searching for her little girl. We then see that the little Bethany managed to hide from the pencils. The little one tried to reach her mom, but the woman told her to stay hidden, as this might be the end for them. Things were starting to look more and more complicated. The blue cameraman explained that these were no toilet. They were just harmless humans. He also said that they should leave them alone. And then the unthinkable happened. Unlike what we expected, the tall giant robot disagreed. He said that it doesn't matter who they are, weak
No.
or strong, toilet or human, adult or even children, all possible threats should be eliminated. But here, listen to it yourself without any interruption. And with that said,
No.
that bastard pulled out his gun and massacred the whole village. It was horrifying,
I'm not gonna watch.
as blood covered a whole place in him. Being in the first seat to watch this atrocity, the blue cameraman was also covered in blood, which explains the bad dream he had back then. It was straight up PTSD. You can see a pencilman looking away while the other tries to comfort him. They thought that it was the right
Is it
thing
over?
to do. On a related note, it was revealed that the members of the Alliance are all artificial intelligences. But this guy, the giant pencilman, has straight up no soul. The massacre was so intense that some blood even reached the picture of Bethany and her dad. And after a short transition,
Oh.
the frame of the picture was now a medallion in someone's hand. And I was in complete shock at what I've seen. It turns out that the father of the little Bethany was
leader.
no other than the commander of the
Oh, the
Skibidi
commander.
Squad. What a revelation. And that's the end of this episode. We had so much to talk about, but the most important part is the war crime.
The
For the first time
genocide.
in my life, I, Elite Clockman, felt ashamed to support the Alliance, and even thought I am a forgiving man in nature. I really hope the commander gets his hands on the giant pencilman. Even if he was just doing his job, what he did is sincerely unforgivable. We have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the link in the description. No. Bro, why? Why, Dom Studios? You just threw a curveball at us. What the heck? It hit us in the balls, bro. Why? What the heck?